Welcome to How to Survive a Zombie Apocalypse with Google Apps, this special EDU On Air session that we're doing as part of the Google EDU On Air conference. I'm so excited to be here, so let's go ahead and dive in. My name is James Sanders, and I'm the Chief Innovation Officer at EdTech Team. That's my information there if you want to stay in contact. Again, that's James at edtechteam.com, and there's my Twitter handle. But in case you arrived late, I wanted to set up, what we're doing here so that you can get caught up and, participate just like everybody else. So the idea here is all about, obviously, how to survive a zombie apocalypse with Google Apps, and it's kind of a fun session, and what I want to accomplish is showing you some ways that you can add the element of narrative, the element of story, or some sort of intrigue to your lessons to get your students to get fired up about whatever you're trying to teach. And it's all around the application of learning. So, to set this up, if you weren't here, we do this kind of setting the mood. So the students walk in the classroom, the timer's ticking down. They have the resources there. So classroominthefuture.com/zombies is the web page I set up for this. And then I show kind of the little quick trailer from the show The Walking Dead, totally appropriate, so it's not, graphic or anything like that. Get them fired up. And then introduce the concept. Here we are, and we're going to figure out how to survive a zombie apocalypse with Google Apps. And then I go through and says, warning, potentially graphic content. I won't show anything graphic, but, you never know what your neighbor's going to pull up on their computer when you're collaborating on this project, so, be careful. There's lots of landmines out there, and you never know. And so then I go through, and I set up the scene. So the students walk in, and I say, all right, the school day just ended and all the students have gone home, and you and a group of teachers are in the lounge finishing up lesson plans for tomorrow. And I've designed this one for teachers, for you guys. And it says you hear a noise at the door, and your friend Sally opens it to see what's going on. But it's not Sally, it's the school librarian, or what's left of her. She drags Sally outside, and you quickly shut the door to protect the rest of your team because now Sally, unfortunately, is a lost cause. And you escape quickly to the back room. You gather around the table, and it's time to make a plan. And here's where it gets super exciting because you're able to then say, what are the different skills you need the students to apply in order to master the challenge and create a zombie apocalypse? So here are all the different skills I want these teachers that are participating in this session, to use as part of your plan. So it says, hey, here's a blank Google presentation that you're going to be forced to make a copy of, and I'll show you that in a second. And here are all the different things that you're going to be doing as part of the challenge. And so you guys, the challenge is in 48 hours or less, need to develop a plan. And you may be working alone or you may be collaborating with somebody around the world. And this zombie apocalypse plan all needs to be on one Google presentation. But in it, somehow, you need to have a picture of a Google spreadsheet that you created that lists the 15 items that you're going to carry with you on this expedition or this survival plan. And you need the weights of those items in that spreadsheet to add up automatically. So we're talking about spreadsheets here and how you can make the cells do some magical things. And then we're going to dive into Google My Maps, an awesome tool, and you're going to use that to generate your apocalypse safety map, where you're identifying locations of interest, where you can gather supplies, or you can scout out for potential locations and also identify dangerous areas where zombies may be. And then you're going to use Google Drawing, check this out, to design your layout of your shelter. So using Google Drawing to identify how you're going to build your shelter, make sure you're safe, keep everybody else safe, and obviously you're going to need to use YouTube to identify videos that you can turn to keep you inspired. You don't have time to search, you never know if something's going to go down, so you need those 4 videos on hand in that playlist to really keep you fired up and motivated to persevere despite the world crumbling apart. And then we're going to use this special tool, and I'll show you how to use it, called If This Then That. It's an internet tool, and you can search for it. And what it does is it connects different tools on the internet. So we're going to use If This Then That to set up an automatic alert, an email alert, so that we're notified anytime the temperature drops below a certain degree. So for me up here in Minnesota today, if it gets below 32 degrees, I want an email saying cold zombies, that letting me know that it's okay to go outside because the zombies can't move very well when it's cold outside. And again, you're going to put all of this information inside of a Google presentation. So let's show you how this works. You go and it says the resource, classroominthefuture.com/zombies. You put that in and you go to here. This is my personal website. And what's cool is you can actually see all the different zombie apocalypse plans that other teachers around the world have created as kind of examples. And then you need to create your own template. But guess what? There's a link here that says Escape Plan Template. You click that and check this out. It is going to force you to make a copy. Now, how did I do that? So on Google Docs, this is a little trick. The last 4 letters of any Google document, whether it's a spreadsheet, document itself, or a presentation, usually is edit. But what I've done is I've changed those 4 letters to copy and shared that link with you. And what it does is it forces you to make a copy. So you will click here and check this out. It'll make a copy of the template that you're going to use for your zombie apocalypse escape plan. I've included additional instructions here, as well as what the mission entails, so you can refer to it as a reference. But then you can go through and you see that I have the whole template. Like, this is the first page that you're going to use to explain your team, who's on your team, where you're going to put your escape plan as part of the Google map, the layout of your shelter, where you're going to put your YouTube videos, your supplies, etc. So your job is to get all of that information here. Sometimes you can embed it as part of a insert, embed a video or embed a document, but sometimes you need to take a picture of it because you can't embed that information directly, so you capture it with a screenshot. So during the session, I'm going to go through and take all of these things and show you how to use it, and then we will dig in so that we can play later. So I hope that's enough information. Again, my name is James Sanders, so if you need anything, go ahead and shoot me an email or ping me on Twitter or Google+, and I'll get you the information you need. Enjoy yourself, submit your sessions, and I actually will send out a reward to the team or the person that does the best job. And what I do is I like to go on Amazon and search for zombie stuff, and I'll send you a few items I think are fun, maybe some zombie slippers or something like that. Check this out. So zombie slippers, Amazon, and what we have here are my favorite. Let's see if this pulls it up. Yeah, so something like this. So work hard, be nice, and get your work done, and I can't wait to see the plans that you come up with. And I hope you are able to survive the zombie apocalypse.